Yo, what is up guys? My name is Destiny and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about API in programming because before I got into web development, API sounded like a level in the game where you have to defeat a boss and the boss is called API. So it sounded like defeats the API or something like that. Now that seems so funny to me whenever I remember those days. So we're gonna talk about API in this video, and if you want to see more programming videos with Python and generally any programming language, to make sure to drop a like on this video and consider subscribing, as it will mean the world to me. So let's get started. I met a lot of people both working in tech and elsewhere who have a rather vague or incorrect idea about what this fairly common term means. Technically, API stands for Application Programming Interface. At some point or another, most large companies have built APIs for their customers or for internal use. But how do you explain API in plain English? And is there a broader meaning than the one used in development and business? So let's look more deep into this. So I told you that API is an acronym for Application Programming Interface, which is a software intermediary that allows two applications to talk to each other. Each time you use an app like Facebook, send an instant message or check the weather on your phone, you are using an API. So what exactly is an API? So let's look at an example of an API. When you use an application on your mobile phone, the application connects to the internet and sends data to a server. The server then retrieves the data, interprets it, perform the necessary actions and send it back to your phone. The application then interprets the data and presents you with the information you wanted in a readable way. This is what an API is. All of this happens via an API. So to explain this better, let us look at a familiar example. Imagine you're sitting at a table in a restaurant with a menu of choices to order from. The kitchen is the part of the system that will prepare your order. What is missing is the critical link to communicate your order to your kitchen and deliver your food back to your table. Hopefully you understand what's going on. That's where the waiter, or let's say the API, comes in. So the waiter is the API. Now the waiter is the messenger or API that takes your request or order and tells the kitchen, which is the system, what to do. Then the waiter delivers the response back to you. In this case, the response is the food. You may be familiar with the process of searching flights online. Just like the restaurant, you have a variety of options to choose from, including different cities, departure and return dates, and more. Let us imagine that you are booking a flight on an airline website. You choose a departure city and date, a return city and date, cabin class, as well as other variable. In order to book your flights, you interact with the airline's website to access their database and see if any seats are available on those dates and what the cost might be. However, what if you are not using the airline's website, a channel that has direct access to the information? What if you are using an online travel service such as Kayak or Expedia, which aggregates information from a number of airlines database? The travel service in this case interacts with the airline's API. The API is the interface that, like your helpful waiter, can be asked by that online travel service to get information about the airline's database to book seats, baggages, options, and a whole lot of things. The API then takes the airline's response to your request and delivers it right back to the online travel service, which then shows you the most updated, relevant information. So what an API also provides is a layer of security, and let me explain this. Your phone's data is never fully exposed to the server, and likewise the server is never fully exposed to your phone. Instead, each communicates with a small packet of data, sharing only that which is necessary, like ordering takeout. Hopefully you understand. You tell the restaurant what you would like to eat, they'll tell you what you need in return, and then in the end you get your meal. So that's very easy. APIs have become so valuable that they comprise a large part of many businesses, revenues, and a whole lot of things. Major companies like Google, eBay, Salesforce.com, Amazon, and Expedia are just a few of the companies that make money from their APIs. What the API economy refers to is this marketplace of API. Hopefully you understand. Now let's talk about the modern API. Over the years, what an API is has often described any sort of generic connectivity interface to an application. More recently, the modern API has taken on some characteristics that make them extraordinary and valuable and also useful. Modern APIs adhere to standard typical HTTP and REST that are developer friendly, easily accessible and understood broadly. Number two, they are treated more like products than code. They are designed for consumption for specific audiences, for example mobile developers. They are documented and they are versioned in a way that the users can have certain expectation to maintain them. You've probably heard of companies packaging APIs as products. For example, Weather Underground sells access to its Weather Data API. Example scenario is this: your small business's website has a form used to sign clients up for appointments. You want to give your clients the ability to automatically create a Google Calendar event with the detail for that appointment. The idea is to have your website server talk directly to Google server with a request to create an event with the given details. Your server will then receive Google's response, process it, and send back relevant information to the browser, such as confirmation message to the user or something like that. Alternatively, your browser can often send an API request directly to the Google server by passing your server. And now, how is this Google Calendar API different from the APIs of any other remote server? In technical terms, the difference is the format of the request and the response. To render the whole web page, your browser expects a response in HTML which contains presentation code, while Google Calendar API call will just return the data like in a format like JSON. If your website server is making the API request, then your website server is the client, similar to your browser being the client when you use it to navigate to a website. Now, from a user's perspective, API allows them to complete the action without leaving your website. Most modern websites consume at least some third-party APIs. Many problems already have a third-party solution, be it in the form of a library or service. It's often just easier and more reliable to use an existing solution to solve your current problem. It's not uncommon for development teams to break up their application into multiple servers that talk to each other via APIs. The server that performs help function for the main application server are commonly referred to as microservice. To summarize, when a company offers an API to their customer, it just means that they have built a set of dedicated URLs that return pure data responses, meaning the responses won't contain the kind of presentational overhead that you would expect in a graphical user interface like a website. Can you make this request with a browser? Often, yes. Since the actual HTTP transmission happens to your text, your browser will always do its best that it can to display the response. Okay guys, and that's pretty much it for APIs, and this was a pretty short video to explain basically what API means in plain English, and we didn't go further into looking at APIs and all that. I just wanted to explain it to you guys so you guys know what APIs are and stop calling it a boss level in a game. So that's pretty much it for this video, and hopefully you learned something new. And if you did, do not forget to drop a like on this video, consider subscribing as it will mean the world to me, and also drop a comment on this video. And I hope I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.